The following is a production of TeamBoydTV.com. The Black and Blue Podcast.
We're rolling hard and we're headed to the house just to get a taste of the Carolina pride. We're rolling. 995, 77 South. We're rolling hard and we're headed to the house just to get a taste of the Carolina pride. We're rolling.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Black and Blue Podcast. I am your boy, Bigg Q, representing TeamBoydTV. And this is the Black and Blue Podcast, man. What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing today? Hey, listen, I was trying something really crazy today. I was wanting to try to do a video podcast along with the audio podcast. I want to do both of them live at the same time. I decided to do this about 20 minutes before I decided to go on the air. And it was some things that I should have done before I thought about doing that. But, whatever. Next week, I will do it video and audio live and stuff like that. So again, welcome to the Black and Blue Podcast. Not really a lot going on this week, man. So you know how I had those emails that I have been talking about for like the last 2 or 3 weeks, and I wanted to get to some Q&A stuff because you guys been sending me a whole lot of emails and whatnot. And so I was like, you know what, this would be a good week to finally kind of get into that because, I do want to give back because, if you guys show me love, I want to show you guys love. That's just kind of the whole Black and Blue Podcast way. That's how Bigg Q gets down. You know what I mean? And so, that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and get it cracking with that. But, first, again, me and my brother JB, Glass from Get With It Sports. My beautiful wife, Vernie B. We have been working tirelessly. I'm going to tell you, and this is crazy because this is the first off season where I felt like I had to do so much work. This is normally the time where I'm chilling. I'm doing stuff on my other channel. You know what I mean? And I'm kind of doing like a bunch of tech review stuff and all this kind of stuff on my Platinum Style Media YouTube brand. And, so, I see that, Glass. I see you sent me that tweet. That's what I'm talking about, buddy. I see speak of the devil, you know what I mean? But yeah, but man, this whole stretching the off season stuff out and it has been a toiling thing, man. I've been sitting here trying to think like, will I ever get caught up where I can actually take a little bit of a break before the season starts? And I mean, from, doing all the after Super Bowl stuff to getting into, the combine and everybody getting all excited about that. And then right after the combine, man, we had free agency, which was ridiculous. Like it always is. It's always a ridiculous thing. We did the free agency thing for a while and we had to cover all that Carolina Panthers free agent stuff that we had to go through. It's always like trauma, and then, we had to gear up and get ready for the draft. We finally got past the draft and now, we're talking about signing free agents and, signing rookies and checking out the rookies and really getting ready for, we had the rookie mini camp last week, which I'm going to talk a little bit about that here on the podcast this week. But I think OTAs are starting for a few teams. I think Carolina started theirs 2 days ago. 2 days ago? Yeah, like 2 days ago. And, so we're talking about that kind of stuff. And before you know it, man, it will be preseason. And then in the regular season, I think I saw somewhere where it was like 106 days or something left before the regular season starts. I have had virtually no time to rest. This is like I'm actually, I'm actually kind of surprised that it actually went down this way. And speaking of which, we had the commissioner, was it yesterday? Was it yesterday, people? Was it yesterday or was it the day before yesterday? When the commissioner they came on and had the press conference about the spring league meetings and whatnot. And we found out a few things, because I was kind of getting excited about them, with the playoff expansion. I was really looking forward to that. You know what I mean? Now, before y'all get y'all's panties in a bunch, because I know a lot of people are not really seeing the big picture here. You know what I mean? Like, you add an opportunity for 2 more teams to get into. Is it 2 more teams? Or is it 4 more teams? 2 more teams to get into the I think it's 4 more teams. Yeah, 4 more teams to get into the playoffs. That just stretches out the season, another couple weeks for us. And it also, raises more money for the NFL. The stadiums can sell more tickets and the hotels, and it was more money for everybody, more enjoyment for everybody. Not to mention, for the people say, what about the players? What about the players? The players, they be looking for where everybody's not going to make it. You know what I mean? We have a 16 team tournament right now. Or no, we have a 14 team tournament right now. And they just want to expand it to a 16 team tournament, something like, I got to get the numbers right. But anyway, they just want to add a couple more weeks to it. I like it. You know what I mean? But it looked like, they shot it down, for this season, at least until October. They said they're going to talk about it again in October. But right now, the commissioner and them, they kind of shot the idea down and they, tabled it for a little while. So we won't be getting a definite answer about the playoff expansion at the moment, which is kind of sad because I was looking forward to that. Now, the thing that's funny though, the thing that was funny, I remember when this conversation first came about, there were certain, fan bases or, people who represent different teams were getting all happy, without pointing the finger at the Dallas Cowboys, right? Without being blatantly, open and honest about, how, this might be a chance for the Cowboys to slide into the playoffs finally. Oh, wait a minute. What about the Atlanta Falcons, right? I'm just saying, it opens a little back door, for people who are always scratching and clawing right there on the cusp, trying to get in. Now, look, I know, I'm laughing at the Dallas Cowboys and the Atlanta Falcons, but, I can't really be laughing because Carolina just made it to the playoffs for the first time in like 5 years. I'm just saying, but what I'm saying, if I'm talking about the whole big picture, is always the Dallas Cowboys. Most of the time it's the Atlanta Falcons. Sometimes it's the Green Bay Packers, You know what I'm saying? What about the Chicago Bears, man? They be, oh, no, not the Detroit Lions, Chicago Bears. That whole division, right? Sometimes like it's a shuffle. They all be trying to get a little piece of that pie. But, and I think they were sad that, that the playoff expansion got shut down, man. And, I make jokes, I do, but at the same time, it's an opportunity for Carolina Panthers too, because, it ain't like we are, up in the playoffs every single year and things like that. I'm just saying, when I think about it, I don't really think about the Panthers because the Panthers ain't the team that's known to be in the playoffs every single year like that. So, for the last like 4 or 5 seasons, man, we were down in the dumps. We weren't nowhere close to no playoffs and stuff. So, I know I need to stop that, but I just think it's funny though. I really think it's funny. Somebody posted something on Google Plus earlier today, which made me laugh. And, I like when you guys make me laugh because, you guys are pretty funny and you don't even know it. Forget who it was. I don't have it up on the screen right now, but, it was like a little meme, like picture of Jay Cutler, right? And I know this may hit some people kind of hard. Glass, look, I don't mean no disrespect. I'm just saying, I just saw this and I thought it was funny. But it was a picture of Jay Cutler, and the caption said, I keep setting I set my DVR to record The Biggest Loser, but it keeps recording Chicago Bears games. I thought that was funny. You know what I mean? I thought it was funnier than the whole, there's a tornado warning in the Dallas area. Everybody wanted the people to go to Cowboy Stadium because there's no chance of a touchdown there. That was clever, but it wasn't as funny as the Jay Cutler did with the Biggest Loser in the DVR. I thought that was hilarious. I thought it was funny, and that kind of thing. So listen, like always, man, I do have to recognize people for doing stuff. Now, I have been asking you guys over the last couple of weeks to send me emails and stuff, in which we're gonna dive right into them emails here in a minute. But I want to give credit where credit is due. I always give credit to shout outs to the main players, the ones who, always support the TeamBoydTV machine. People like, Glass from Get With It Sports who listen to every single podcast. That's my dude right there. You know what I mean? And, the thing is, I like doing the podcast live and stuff. And you don't have to listen to them live. I just think it's cool to listen to them live because, if you're just sitting at home and you're just chilling on a Wednesday afternoon and, just kind of got your little beer or whatever, you're cracking and you're just chilling, around 7:30, you know what I mean? Close to 7:45 or whatever, throwing the Black and Blue podcast, man. We you know what I'm saying? And, you know, but glad to listen to it live, and it's awesome, and I appreciate it. You know, you got people like, you know, Louis T, who was always giving the boys, on Team Boy TV, all kind of props and stuff. I want to give a shout out to, you know, like this is my homeboy and my brother, JB, man. We've been working really, really hard trying to get, we're so close. We are so close. And I'm going to tell you, I think you guys are going to be really, really surprised. Cause if you guys think that I have some weird insights on certain things, man, you know, JB, his football IQ is off the charts. And that's why, you know, I am encouraging him and doing everything in my power to help him get his podcast launched, because I think it's going to be awesome. Now, you know, I'm not the biggest Baltimore Ravens fan in the world. You know what I mean? I got a little bit of invested interest in him this year, of course. So it'd be kind of cool to listen to what he got to say about certain situations and whatnot. And, you know, so, you know, he came by, he came up from South Carolina to come and visit me the other day. You know, the guys who follow me on Google Plus, y'all seen the pictures and stuff that we put up there. You know, we were kind of in the studio, putting together his intro music and doing some voiceover work. You know, it was good stuff. We had a good time. We was tripping out a little bit, you know, like we always do, just talking football and whatnot. And, you know, I kind of was trying to get him to do a little sit down and, you know, so I can do a little interview with him or whatever to have on a podcast. But we decided against it because, you know, we didn't want it to feel, you know, staged or scripted or anything like that. You know, we kind of like our stuff to be organic. So we kind of decided against it, and we just kind of went to work doing some other stuff. But you know, my homeboy and my brother JB, I'm telling you guys, be on the lookout for that Ravens Red Zone. Ravens War Machine podcast is coming. I'm telling you, look forward to the next week or two, man. In the next 14 days or so, it will definitely have it up and ready to go, you know, way before the football season start, and that kind of thing. So that is going to be awesome, you know. And I got to give a shout out to, you know, my biggest supporter, man, in the TeamBoydTV founder, and you know, a person who always encourages me to keep doing this. You know what I mean? Because you know, a lot of times, man, you know, I feel like, you know, is it really worth me doing the whole Team Boy TV thing? And, you know, and you guys who've been paying attention to what I've been doing over the years, man, you guys will know that I'm really, really passionate about this whole Team Boy TV thing. And, you know, and she's like, you know, even when I'm feeling like, oh my God, I don't feel like doing it, you know, she always keep pushing me, encouraging me to keep up with it. You know, do Team Boy TV. Team Boy TV is your baby. That's your creation. You know, so I give her props and stuff, you know, and a lot of times, you know, we used to laugh about this back in the day about how she would only be around during the football season, and during the off season, you would never see her. And it was like a joke that we didn't have for like years and years and years. And, and so like this year she claimed that she was going to do some off season stuff, but we ain't seen it yet. You know what I'm saying? I think the only thing she's done is gave me the okay on the TeamBoydTV pink t-shirt line that I was designing. I'm gonna talk about t-shirts here in a minute, but you know, these are people who are, you know, Bigg Q's biggest supporters, and I always have to make sure that I recognize them, because, you know, these guys keep me grounded, they keep me focused, and they keep pushing me to keep doing this. And, you know, and I'm, you know, I'm glad I got these people in my corner. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's what I wanted to do. Now, there is also, which I didn't get a chance to do last week because we had so much stuff going on last week, we didn't really get to address our donors from last week, and I guess a couple more this week. So we had 5 total, because we had 3 the first week, which the week was last week when we were doing the Greg Hardy and the Michael Sam stuff. So, you know, usually when I'm on some topics like that, I get all into them, you know, so I kind of was like off my game a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, got a few people, you know, who I need to recognize, because I didn't get a chance to recognize them last week. And, you know, and for everybody, and we'll go ahead and say this now, for everybody who has been doing this, like, you know, look, you don't have to. It's one of the things you don't have to do. And I don't expect you guys to do it, but I appreciate when you do. Use the little donate button on TeamBoydTV.com. I think it's awesome when you guys do, because it does help out. It help us, you know, kind of level this thing out and be able to kind of continue to do it. You know, because, you know, we got little sponsors and we got little affiliate things that we're doing and all that. But, you know, the donations really, really do help. But, I want you guys to know that the t-shirts and stuff that, that I'm going to talk about here in a minute, we just got them kind of finalized. For you guys who have already did the donation thing, I will be getting in contact with you guys, and I will be making sure you guys get your Team Boyd TV t-shirts. And from now on out, everybody who donates, no matter how much you donate, I'm going to make sure that you get a Team Boyd TV t-shirt. But back to what we're talking about these guys. And we have one of the guys who has donated before, and that is Anthony. What's that? It says Anthony C. Anthony C. Listen, I'll be getting in contact with you a little bit, and this is your second time doing this, man. And like I say, I appreciate it. You know what I mean? And then another one who has done it. I think she's done it the first time we put it up was Allison. Allison C. She has she's a repeat donor, which is awesome. I love you guys for doing that. And then we got Tiffany, which is new, but I think I recognize Tiffany. This is Tiffany R. I recognize Tiffany R from one of the Facebook Panthers Facebook groups. I don't know if it's Panthers for Life, or I don't know if it's the other one, Carolina Panther fans. I don't know which one it is, but the name is familiar. I've seen it before. We'll be getting in contact with you pretty soon too. And then we have, who is this? Let me see. Let me scroll down here a little bit. Let's see what's going on here. Richard B. Richard, look, you from around the way. You know what I'm saying? You from right around the corner. But yeah, thank you, bro. Thank you. And then we also have, what's that say? Roderick? Is that Roderick? I hope I'm saying your name right, bro. You know what I'm saying? Roderick. Because it looks like Roderick, but maybe it's Roderick. I don't know. You know what I mean? But look, I won't mess your name up. But again, man, for everybody who's been doing that, I definitely appreciate it. You guys don't really, I don't be liking to really get on here and be getting all emotional and stuff. But when y'all guys do stuff like this, it does make me feel a weird kind of way because I really didn't think it was gonna be like that. You know what I'm saying? But you guys seem to like what we're doing here, and as long as y'all guys keep on supporting me, I will keep on giving you the very best that I have with this Black and Blue podcast with Team Boyd TV Live, which goes live, by the way, on July 9th. I'm telling you, you guys. For you guys who haven't seen it yet, I encourage you right now. I mean, like if you listen to it live, open another browser up on your computer and go to Team Boyd TV Turbo on YouTube. Check out Team Boyd TV Live. Okay, I'm just telling you. And if you listen to it in your car and stuff, don't do it now. You know what I mean? Wait till you get home. Go to YouTube. Go to Team Boyd TV Turbo. Check out Team Boyd TV Live. I'm telling you, this little experiment that we tried last summer turned out to be the most magical, fantastic thing that I've ever been a part of when it comes to internet stuff. And I've been doing internet stuff for a long time. But me and my two co-hosts, Glass and JB, we kind of just get in there, man, and we just turn the camera on and we just push the live button and we go. There's no script. These guys don't even know what we're talking about that day until, we're already on camera. They have no idea. And, in a way, and it's awesome because it's so natural and we just kind of just do it. And, all the support that you guys showed us last summer for the divisional breakdowns. Again, I want to tell you thank you. And for the people who haven't had a chance to see it yet, we will be starting back up on July 9th. Doing all the divisions. We're going to pull it straight through to the regular season starts. We're probably going to be we're going to go, I think the way I got it mapped out, we're going to go and do the straight 8 weeks. And then we're going to take a week off, to recharge our batteries before the season starts. And then we'll be ready to go week 1. You know what I'm saying? What else is going on? Oh, we have, revamped. Well, I'm not going to say we, I did most of the work, but I have redone, the whole Team Boyd TV game time thing. So if you guys, that's the flagship Team Boyd TV show. Me and Vernie, we kind of do our thing on there and, redone it. You know what I'm saying? So it looks beautiful. We got a brand new set, new graphics, new everything. No, we're still using that same classic, game time music because I like it. It's awesome. You know what I mean? But you guys will be, awesomely surprised when y'all see, what we've done with that show. And as a matter of fact, this is going into our 4th season. If you guys really want to see the growth of that show, go back to season 1 watch the very first Game Time show and then look at the very last one that we did. We have, it's cool to see the growth in the evolution of that show. It's awesome to see. It's one of the things that I think is fantastic. Now, for the guys who are in my circles or part of my circles on Google Plus, you guys have seen the new TeamBoydTV Live, TeamBoydTV Game Time, and TeamBoydTV Pink t-shirt designs that I've been working on for the last month and a half. I've been working on them. Finally got some finished product ready to go. You can see the designs on Google Plus, but I will be putting them up on TeamBoydTV.com. So you guys can see what they look like, what I'm saying? So stuff like that. I really don't want to unveil them until we do the first episode of TeamBoydTV Live. So I'm really, because I don't want to kind of jump the gun on it, but I'm excited about it. They look awesome. You know what I mean? And somebody asked me, where we're going to be selling them and stuff. And I haven't made my mind up yet because I think I want to give away a lot of them. But it depends. It depends on how well they do. If you guys really, really like them and stuff, yeah, we go sell them. We'll sell them and stuff. But I really want to do a lot of contests, a lot of, audience participation style stuff, where we can give them away. And, so we getting a lot of stuff. We getting, mice pads, we getting mugs, we getting keychains, we getting all that stuff. And, it should be, awesome. I'm planning on having a lot of fun, this football season. You know what I mean? And then, so what was the last thing? Oh, that was it. The t-shirts, and we did all that. Yeah. So, again, not a whole lot of news on the Panthers front, and I was really wishing that I had were able to get the video feed up, which you know what? That's my bad. You know what I mean? And I know some of you guys are like, oh my God, he's going to do the video too. This is going to be awesome. And I didn't even get a chance to do it. It's terrible. You know what I mean? But I will make it up to you because I will be prepared next week. You know what I mean? I will have it. I won't be like, because I'm sitting here, getting ready for the show. I'm doing, getting my paperwork and getting all my stuff together, getting my notes and stuff. And then I'm thinking to myself, like, you know what? Why don't I do a video podcast live right along with the audio podcast live? It would be dope. Now, keep in mind, this is around 6:30 when I thought of this, right? It's around 6:30. The show starts at 7:35. So I'm like, okay, well, now I got to go ahead and put this thing together real quick, set this stuff up on YouTube, and then I got to go back into the website, and I got to program the live feed into that and all that. So, and I'm thinking, okay, I got all this stuff done. It's all gravy. And then I go to press the button to start the broadcast, and it's like, whoa. Wait a minute, you missing some codecs and things like that because I haven't used this. I haven't broadcast a live video since, the week before the Super Bowl. I think we did last because we didn't do a Super Bowl video. I think we did the conference championship show with Louie and Glass and Vernie and myself. And that's the last live show that we did. You know what I mean? So I hadn't updated this thing in so long. I just, I was like, you know what? I'm not doing this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I drove by, I drive by the Bank of America Stadium every day on my way to work. And, and I talk about, I've been talking about this periodically and stuff, but this stadium, I mean, for a stadium that's almost 20 years old, it probably is 20 years old. I know the franchise is only about 19 years old, but that stadium was ready before, the team was ready to go. But, 20-year-old stadium, man, the things they have done to it, it looks amazing, man. And I mean, like, I'm telling you, go on Google, look up Bank of America Stadium renovations and check out what they've done with this place. These video boards they have put up are enormous. And when I'm talking about enormous, I don't know if you guys have been or checked out the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And for a while I was calling it the Lowe's Motor Speedway, but I think it's back to being the Charlotte Motor Speedway. But I don't know if you guys have seen the video board they have there. That thing is massive, right? Now I don't know if the ones on Bank of America Stadium are as big as the one that they have at the Speedway, but it's close. You know what I mean? These things are massive, right? There's two of them, one on each end. They put the nice little top on it with the Bank of America logo, these ginormous Panther logos and stuff. It is the stadium looks beautiful. They also, tore down every piece of ribbon video board they had in there, and they put a double ribbon video board in there, which right now, as it stands right now, we here in Charlotte, at Bank of America Stadium, we are the only stadium on the planet right now that has a double ribbon board in their stadium. But I don't know how long that's going to last because, we was talking about the spring meetings, spring league meetings and stuff. And one of the things they announced was that Minnesota was going to be getting the Super Bowl in 2016, right? Is it 16? Yeah, 2016. And from the beginning, they was telling everybody that Minnesota was building an outdoor stadium, but then they showed these renderings of the new stadium, and it looked like a dome to me, which I think is smart. I think it's one thing to put an outdoor stadium in Minnesota because one of the things I like about the NFL is that it's an outdoor sport, and it's played in the wintertime, and I love snow games. Like the one in Philadelphia last year was awesome. You know what I mean? Absolutely love snow games, but look like it's a dome or a retractable roof or something. It looked like they can close it. You know what I'm saying? But they got the Super Bowl. Those guys were happy. You know what I'm saying? They were ecstatic that they had got the Super Bowl. So that's cool. And that kind of thing. So, I'm ready for that. And I haven't told a lot of people this, but me and Vernie we've been planning a trip to the Super Bowl in 2015. No, actually, it's it would have to be 2016. Well, wherever they having wherever you're having it in San Francisco and Santa Clara, and hopefully, we'll be able to get this together. So we're trying to work out the details. It's kind of hard to really book tickets right now because they're not really selling them right now because they're too busy trying to sell the ones, for Arizona and that kind of thing. So hopefully, if we can get that situated, that would be completely awesome. You know what I mean? And that kind of thing. So, what I got for y'all on the show today, what we're going to be talking about today is I'm going to go through a little bit of these emails that you guys have been sending me. I want to read them because I think they're awesome. You know what I mean? And we're going to talk about that for a little bit. And then, at the end of the show, we're going to talk a little bit about what it means to have Carolina pride, man. Because, I feel like, I'm happy to be a Carolina Panthers fan. And some people kind of, play the role. We'll talk about it. You know what I'm saying? We will talk about it and that kind of thing. But for right now, I think we're going to go into our first break and then we'll talk about these emails and stuff. Here we go. Check this out, fellas. If you're looking to build your online presence to gain a larger audience, there's only so much that social media can do for you. Although social media is a powerful way to build a following, there's nothing like having your own hosted website, and that's where domain.com comes in. Domain.com offers the very best in web hosting services, and with plans starting at just under $4 a month, it's super affordable as well. And now, because you guys are faithful followers of TeamBoydTV's Black and Blue podcast, you can get yourself a sweet combo deal if you go to TeamBoydTV.com and click the domain.com button. Once you click the button, you get redirected to the domain.com promo page where you sign up and use the promo code DOMFREE. That's DOMFREE. You get yourself a free domain. That's a free website that you can use to build your audience with. And domain.com web hosting is packed with bonus features too. Check this out. All web hosting plans come with $100 Google AdWords bonus, $50 Yahoo/Bing search marketing credit, $50 in Facebook advertisement, and free yellowpages.com listing. And get this, a free toll-free phone number if you live in the United States. And if you're like me and you know absolutely nothing about website design, domain.com even has the awesomely easy drag and drop site builder to get you up and running right away. So what are you waiting for? There's no excuse not to get your online presence rolling right now. Remember, go to teamboydtv.com, click the domain.com button, and use the promo code DOMFREE, that's DOMFREE, to get your free domain to use for your website right now. The Black and Blue Podcast. All right, so listen, before we get into these emails, man, I did have a couple stories that I saw in the media that I felt like you guys may have wanted to know about, right? So one of the things is, we finally got an update on Mr. Greg Hardy, right? So I pulled this report from somewhere. I can't remember where I got this from. Bleacher Report, right? So I saw this yesterday, I think it was. Yeah. So it says, Carolina Panthers defensive end Greg Hardy has returned to the team and participated in organized team activities, OTAs, on Monday, less than a week after being charged with allegedly assaulting his ex-girlfriend. After taking a couple days off following his release from jail last week, Hardy was back at Bank of America Stadium on Monday for the voluntary workout program, according to two league sources. Now, These are some updates that they had. They just kind of tossed them together. This is updates from Friday, May 16th. This is when a lot of the stuff went down. Michael Gordon of the Charlotte Observer reports details of Greg Hardy's firearms. Carolina Panthers star Greg Hardy turned over 9 guns Friday, part of a judge's order following his arrest this week on charges that he assaulted and threatened his girlfriend. As part of the agreement that allowed Hardy to be freed from jail, Mecklenburg District Judge Becky Thorne, Becky Thorne 10 ordered the All-Pro lineman Thursday to turn over any weapon he owns or has access to. A Mecklenburg County Sheriff's spokeswoman said Hardy turned over the guns on Friday, including 6 military-type semi-automatic rifles and 3 12-gauge shotguns. Woo! I'm saying, like, I don't know. You know, me and my boss was at work. We're talking about Greg Hardy. We're talking about the gun part of it. And, you know, he is, he's a Florida type guy, one of Miami, kind of guys and whatnot, a little older, it's kind of like in his late 40s and whatnot. And, we was talking about the guns, and I was like, yeah, well, why would anybody need to have them kind of guns in their house and this, that, and the third? He was like, why can't you? This is America. You can buy a gun if you want to. And so, one of the other guys was like, yo, but they like, assault rifles and stuff. And then, and then the guy was like, well, what do you do with a rifle? You assault people with it. So like every rifle is an assault rifle. So basically, it was people were split, saying that, having guns ain't a bad thing. I think certain people shouldn't be having them type of guns. Like, why do you need them type of guns in your house? I mean, what are you expecting? Like alien takeover? I don't know why you got them kind of guns in your house and everything. But anyway, I'm kind of glad that, that Greg Hardy is back and that kind of thing. It was some quotes that I had, and I don't know what I did with them. I don't know where they went. But there was some quotes from David Gettleman. Basically, they've been trying to get David Gettleman to say stuff about Greg Hardy, and basically him or Ron Rivera won't say a word. Ron Rivera ain't said nothing. He just will not talk about it, period. But Dave Gettleman did say that, he thought that, Greg Hardy was just in a bad situation, and, he still, sees the dude in high regards, which I think is awesome. At least, he can come back to work and not have to really worry about, I still think at the end of the day, like we talked about last week, I still think at the end of the day, that he is going to have to, he's going to show improve with him. I think that his, getting that deal and stuff done, is going to be set back a little bit. I believe so. And I don't know now if the deal is really going to be, I don't know. Just, just like we talked about last week, I just think it's going to be a little messy. It gives a lot for these dudes to think about if they really want to put a lot into this guy when, he just clearly got, some weird issues and stuff going on and whatnot. Now, I saw a ghost online, right? I saw a quote from a dude that I thought was like long gone and buried. And it was, I don't know. I saw a Jake Delhomme story, which look, I was dying because I like Jake Delhomme, you know what I'm saying? But Jake Delhomme, I forget where he was. Where was he? He was on ProFootballTalk.com, right? And here's the story about Jake Delhomme. Jake Delhomme said former Panthers quarterback Jake Delhomme certainly knows about unceremonious end to a good run in Carolina, but the Super Bowl starter on the best Carolina team said he's a little nervous about the spot they're currently in. Delhomme told Bill Voth of the Black and Blue Review, hey, watch yourself, bruh, during an interview with WFNZ that for all the offseason changes, replacing former teammates Jordan Gross and Steve Smith was going to be difficult. Here's his quote. All right, here's what he said. I don't think there's any doubt there was some more tread left on his tires. Delhomme said of Gross, he could still play. That's going to be a big loss for that team. I think you'll truly understand how good Jordan was on and off the field this year and for years to come. He was much more than just a left tackle. Gross decided against a comeback a year after the team strong-armed him into a pay cut. Smith was booted primarily because GM Dave Gettleman didn't want him around. Impressionable young receivers, including first-rounder Kelvin Benjamin. But the loss of the two captains will create a new burden for the young players. It's a changing of the guard, Delhomme said. That's what happens in the NFL. Sometimes this is now Luke Kuechly's team and Cam Newton's team. It is a time for a new regime to take over. Is that a direction they're going in? It seems that way. That's why That's why you leave general managers to make tough calls. Emotions you have to take out of it, which is very hard to do sometimes, but that's the decision they feel like going forward. Only time will tell. The difference between Delhomme's departure and these is primarily that there's a quarterback in place. That should prevent the Panthers from the kind of 2-14 bottoming out that they had with Jimmy Clausen at the helm. But without a viable replacement for Gross, Newton may have a hard time getting his team back to the playoffs. Let's talk about that for a minute. Now, I don't know how many of you guys. Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess it wasn't bad. I mean, I guess he's speaking up for the people that he played with when he was here in Carolina. But I don't know. Should Jake Delhomme be out here running his mouth like this? Should he be talking about stuff that he ain't got nothing to do with? You know what I mean? I don't know. I think that's in a bad vibe. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm a Jake Delhomme supporter. Don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that I didn't like about Jake Delhomme was that playoff game against Arizona with the interceptions and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only thing that I would say that I did not like about Jake Delhomme. Other than that, I thought he was cool. I didn't have a problem with him at all. But now, I don't know about this running your mouth about stuff. You ain't been on the team in like 3 years, bro. 3 or 4 years? It's been 4 years? I think it's been like 4 years, right? Because it was Clausen and then, it's been like 4 years. This one ain't been on the team in like 4 years, right? And you talking about stuff. And, and I don't like people who talk out of turn. You know what I mean? I just don't like that. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if you had something to say, talk about Gross and talk about Smith, but don't talk about what you think Cam is going to do. Look, you don't even know Cam. Well, you weren't even around when Cam showed up. You know what I mean? Like, you had nothing to do with that. Now, I know how good Jordan Gross was for you, because first of all, you couldn't run. You were, like you couldn't do the things that Cam Newton can do. That's what I'm saying. He couldn't make a play out of nothing. He would just sit there and get sacked over and over and over and over again. I'm just saying, Jake Delhomme, chill out a little bit. You know what I mean? Kind of remind me of that whole, what's his face, the New York Giants dude, Tiki Barber. You know what I mean? Like, don't be talking like that, bro. You know what I mean? I don't know. You guys let me know what y'all think, man. Like I said, send me a shout on Twitter. Leave a comment on Spreaker. You can even on iTunes and stuff, just go ahead and, leave a little comment and stuff on iTunes and whatnot. If you're checking it out on YouTube, that's a really good place, to leave comments and stuff. And as always, you guys can always email the show at blackandbluepodcast at TeamBoydTV.com. The last story that we had here was, one talking about the running backs and, and I was speaking about the running back that we drafted in the last round of the draft, and I was kind of scratching my head about like, wait a minute, you got Stewart, you got Williams, you got what's the man's name? Number 34, the big guy. Oh my God, I can't even think of his name. Tolbert. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah. So you got these guys, and I don't know why you drafted. And then that's like 2 other guys on the team. I can't remember what their name were, but I guess we can right find out because the story says here. And I don't know where did I make sure I give people these credits, man. This story came from the Bleacher Report also. So it says the Carolina Panthers have a lot of money tied up in their backfield. Wait a minute. Yeah, stuff all over my screen. There we go. The Carolina Panthers have a lot of money. Tied up in their backfield. Collectively, D'Angelo Williams and Jonathan Stewart are costing the franchise approximately $2.64 million. Williams is the oldest among the two, but he has been more durable than his teammate. However, his production has dropped considerably since 2009, his last 1,000-yard season. Williams rushed for just 843 yards and scored just 3 times. For a team needing his running game to take the pressure off Cam Newton, that isn't a great statistic. If Stewart can play a full season and be a big contributor in the offense, everything may be a lot easier. There is no denying the talent and the ability of Jonathan Stewart. There is also denying the fact that he has been battling injuries off and on since 2012. He seems to be relegated to a backup role despite splitting carries with Williams. Stewart has been doing what he can to get back into playing shape and be a contributor on the field. He may have one more chance to prove himself in 2014. Carolina went out and drafted running back Tyler Gaffney. That's his name. Tyler Gaffney in the 6th round. He may not be a huge playmaker in his first season, but he could definitely make a statement that he is the future of the Carolina backfield with a solid rookie performance. Stewart has only appeared in 15 games since 2012, rushed for 516 yards, and scored just once. As mentioned before, Williams has been durable and could still be a major factor in the running game. With the question marks surrounding Stewart's reliability, a slip-up this season could mark the end of his career with the Panthers. The one thing working in Stewart's favor is his price. He is the cheaper option than Williams, whose 2014 salary is approximately $1.9 million. By comparison, Stewart is making $785,000. However, it will come down to whether or not his performance can justify that contract, despite the fact that his deal was restructured just last year. Hopefully he can rebound from his injury and be a productive member of the offense. If not, a lot of money will be tied up in a liability. Williams' contract runs through 2016, while Stewart's expires in 2018. If there's anything left from these two, the time is now to prove it. Otherwise, it will be time for the Panthers to start making changes. Now, with that being said, you know what I mean? How you guys feel about that, man? Because, I've never really been a huge fan of Jonathan Stewart. I do like, the whole chemistry that him and Williams have, the whole smash and dash and all that kind of stuff. I like that. But I always would just sit there and wonder how long Stewart can go before he gets hurt. You know what I mean? It's always a thing. I always worry about that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and he always end up getting hurt and stuff like that. Williams, I like Williams. And, I'm looking at these stats. I could have sworn he was a little bit better than that. I know he didn't quite reach 1,000 yards, but I could have sworn he scored more times than that. Or maybe not, because what they did not mention in this story was Mike Tolbert. And Mike Tolbert was the one getting in the end zone most of the time, and that kind of thing. And I guess, they don't look at Mike Tolbert's rushing yard stat. They look at how many times he scored, because he did a lot of the scoring. A lot of the scoring was done by Tolbert and Newton versus anybody else on the team. I think Tolbert and Newton scored more than anybody. You know what I mean? I think the next person probably was Greg Olsen. You know what I mean? I don't know. They restructured the guy through 2018. I don't know how that's, I doubt if he'll be on the team that long. Just like the guys were saying in the story here, I do believe that this may be his last season. And, if he goes down this season, that'd be the last. I'm pretty sure that'd be the last time we see him. So we'll see. We'll see how all that pans out and that kind of thing. So, I have so much fun, just watching all these crazy little moves and things that these people do. I think it's awesome, and that kind of thing. But I don't know. I am completely, caught up in the whole way that they structure these teams from the inside. You know what I mean? Like, I always knew that we had way too many running backs. Like, why do we have so many running backs on the team? And then, we had all those wide receivers last year. Still got a bunch of them this year, and that's the thing that I think is funny, because everybody always say, oh, you guys have no wide receivers. We got a bunch of them. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, there's a lot of them, and that kind of thing. So I don't know. Like I said, it's one of them things, man, that I think will spark a really cool conversation. You guys just let me know how y'all feel about the Carolina Panthers running back situation and that kind of thing. I got the stories out of the way, so I guess we can get to dive in a little bit of these emails real quick, and then I'll give you guys a little bit of how I feel about being a Carolina Panther fan and stuff like that. So let's do that.
What up, peeps? When you're done listening to our partners at TeamBoydTV and you want to hear more sports talk that is no holds barred, just like at your favorite barbershop, come on over to Get With It Sports, a place where you get your sports with a little swag. Check out our videos on YouTube at Get With It Sports 2, that's the number 2, and watch Glass and Brandon as they give you their best in the NFL, NBA, and MLB sports talk. Also, check out our blog page at getwithitsports.wordpress.com. Thanks, and see you there.
The Black and Blue Podcast. All right, so listen, I've been talking about this for weeks, man, and and I want to make sure that I do my due diligence and give you guys the proper love back that you guys have shown me over the last couple of weeks, man. You guys have been sending me some emails to the Black and Blue Podcast at TeamBoydTV.com. Actually, it's not the Black and Blue Podcast at TeamBoydTV.com. It's Black and Blue Podcast at TeamBoydTV.com, spelled all the way out. Black and Blue Podcast at TeamBoydTV.com. You send me these emails, and I've been reading them, man, and it's been really cool. Before we get into it, though, I want to say, listen, if you guys, because you just heard my boy Glasses Get With It Sports little spot that I did. If you guys want to have a spot on the Black and Blue podcast to, talk about or promote your channel, your blog, your website, or whatever the case may be, just send me an email to Black and Blue Podcast at TeamBoydTV.com, and we see if we can make that happen, man. Because Glass from Get With Us, well, that's my boy, so I'm gonna hook him up. That's my dude. I want to make sure that I did my due diligence again to make sure that everything was cool with that, and it's all gravy, you know what I mean? Because it's all about all about sharing the love, man, and making sure everybody get their shot. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm about. You know what I mean? Like, that dude does so much for Team Boy TV. It's the least I can do for Get With It Sports. You know what I mean? So let's get into these emails, man, because you guys are cool and you guys show me so much love, and I want to read these emails. So listen, I got an email from Mr. Jack Silver. He says, "What's going on, Bigg Q? I absolutely love the podcast. You do an awesome job, and the production is top notch. My question for you is, before there were Carolina Panthers, who was your favorite team? I ask that to everyone who I meet that is a Panthers fan, seeing as how the team is only 19 years old." You know what, Mr. Jack? That is an awesome, awesome question. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of people may be surprised by this, and a lot of people may not. When I give you this answer, or maybe a lot of things about me and my personality would probably make sense. Before 1994, I think that's when they first announced it. It was in 1994, I want to say. But before 1994, Bigg Q was an avid NBA guy. I was all about some NBA. I was on the courts, you know what I'm saying, doing my thing on the courts. I was playing at school and stuff like that. I was so caught up in the NBA that I really wasn't paying that much attention to the NFL. But when I did watch the NFL, I didn't watch teams. I watched players, right? And so a lot of times, especially if you go back and you look at a lot of the old videos that I've done, like back in the past, you'll see that I wear a lot of different jerseys from different players. For me, since I didn't have a home team, being a Carolina boy, I didn't feel right rooting for another team. I didn't feel like, because my dad was a Dallas Cowboys fan. My mom to this day still is a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, which we kind of get on her case about all the time. And both my brothers, they both root for different teams. Nobody in my family roots for the same team. Well, me and my nephew Dorian, we're Carolina Panthers fans, but the thing is, I would just see people like Jerry Rice, and I see people like, Lynn Swann, or, Bo Jackson. And these guys were just like, I was just drawn to these guys, not their teams per se, And then in 1994, when they announced that a team was coming to Charlotte, I was ecstatic, and so everything that I was doing before, I just dropped it immediately. I was like, you know what, whatever team that they bring to Charlotte, I am with them. 100%. They didn't even know what the name of the team was. They didn't know what the color scheme was. They didn't know what they were going to call the team. They didn't know who was going to be playing on the team. Did not care. All they had to say was that a team was coming to Charlotte. Sign me up. You know what I mean? I was all over. So listen, that's the answer to the question. Before the Panthers, man, I didn't root for a team. I rooted for players. You know what I mean? And then I was really caught up in a lot in the NBA stuff too. But that's how that works. But the minute that the Panthers were announced, I was all about it. You know what I mean? So let's get into the next one. Next one is from Tammy Sutherland. She says, "How are you doing, Bigg Q? I want to give a big shout out from Concord, North Carolina." You know what? That is right up the block from where I live. I am on the university area of Charlotte. It's a hop, skip, and a jump up to Concord. Hey, that's good. The Panthers had such an amazing run last year, and it seems like people were falling in love with them left and right. Do you remember it ever being this crazy when it comes to Carolina Panthers fans? It seems like towards the end of the season, people who I work with all of a sudden began cheering for the Panthers. It was crazy. I didn't even realize that half of those people even watch football. Thanks for your time. By the way, I absolutely love what you guys are doing with Team Boy TV, and we absolutely love that you guys are paying attention and watching and listening to us too. Now, to answer your question though, Tammy, I do remember back in 2003, the Super Bowl run year. I do remember that, and actually that was the year that I first moved to Charlotte, because I was like living in South Carolina at that time. And I moved to Charlotte in 2003, and I moved to Charlotte. When did I move? I moved to Charlotte in the fall of 2003. So it was right in the middle of all this, right? And so the Carolina Panthers were doing well that season. And then, as we got toward the end of the season, and and they had earned that playoff berth, and it was so crazy seeing how the city reacted to it. And me being new to the city, Right. It was weird because I thought maybe this was the norm. And then I found out later it really wasn't. But, it was crazy. You saw people setting up, little bootleg little stands and stuff around and near the stadium. And and the closer we got to the Super Bowl, the more you saw these things, they spread out all over the city. These little tents people would put up and sell all those little bootleg paraphernalia and whatnot. It was crazy. And then everybody, all of a sudden you go to work and you see people, your bosses and all these people who ain't never watched a football game in their life, show up with Panthers jerseys on and stuff. And it was actually the same thing, like you said, last year. I saw it all over again, and what was really crazy during the Super Bowl year is that, they were all prepared to do some really crazy stuff, downtown Charlotte. And I was ready to go. I had a Super Bowl party at my house that year. And actually, no, that's not the last Super Bowl party. I've had a couple since then, but it was the first one that I had when I was in Charlotte. But, I had a lot of people over, and, I was the only Carolina Panthers fan in the house, right? Nobody else in there was a Carolina Panthers fan. And and it just seemed like, the closer it seemed like we were going to maybe win that game, the crazier things got. It was ridiculous. It was a lot of fun. And I definitely enjoyed it. But yeah, I definitely seen this before. It was back in 2003, man. It was wild. You know what I mean? The next one is from, what's it say? Too Tough TV. All right. Too Tough TV. What's up, TeamBoydTV? I just came across your podcast on iTunes about 2 weeks ago. I listened to your podcast about racism in professional sports, and I got to tell you, man, you hit so many awesome points in that podcast. A lot of people, especially African-American people, probably wouldn't have taken the stance that you took. One of the reasons I kept listening is that you always seem to keep it all the way real. You never pick sides or take the popular stance. I admire that. It takes a lot of courage to speak up like that and not be afraid of what people are going to say to you afterwards. Either way, I definitely enjoyed it. I liked it so much that I wanted to go and check out everything else you had done. So last weekend, I binge watched all of last season's stuff that you guys did. Oh my goodness. That is completely awesome. Oh my God. He says, hold on, I gotta go back because that is funny. He said, okay, wait, where is it at? Everything they had done. So last weekend, I binge watched all of last season's stuff that you guys did on YouTube, followed you on Twitter, and even went and checked out your Facebook fan page. You guys really have something special here. Keep up the good work and keep pounding. Hey, see, that's the kind of love I'm talking about. That is completely awesome. That is awesome. Listen, dude, Too Tough TV. I appreciate everything you say. And listen, about that particular podcast and things like that, I don't know, since you said you binge watched everything, did you see the episode of TeamBoydTV Live with me and JB talking about the Riley Cooper situation and all that? Listen, sometimes, most of the time we try to have fun with this and stuff. Every once in a while, serious things come up, and the serious side of Bigg Q comes out. And for the most part, hold on, wait. We got a message. Get with the sports. Damn. That's a TeamBoydTV soldier, right? I know, right? I mean, this dude is serious business. You know what I mean? But yeah, every once in a while, serious things come up. And, me and the crew, we enjoy that. Like, I don't know if you watched the episodes of what, Vernie was doing with TeamBoydTV Pink last season with the whole Miami Dolphins situation. And football is fun and it's fun for a lot of us and we absolutely love it. But every once in a while, things come up. And you gotta kind of be serious about it, and what we try to do is try to look at it subjectively. We try to look at it from all sides, and we try to kind of go, you don't want to make rash judgments about stuff, you know what I mean, and things like that. And so, I think me and the crew, we kind of understand that, and that's one thing I like about the people that I work with is that, we don't really have to talk to one another about it. The subject comes up, we dive right into it, and all of us kind of have our own little spin on it. And as far as like the whole David Sterling thing, I was just, and I didn't really talk about David Sterling in that situation that much in that podcast. I was just pretty much talking about how I felt and the whole racism in general and that kind of thing. So it wasn't really it wasn't really like that. I was just, just kind of just whatever came to mind. That's what came out of my mouth. You know what I mean? But anyway, for all the stuff that you did, man, binge watching and to follow me on Twitter. Look, I definitely appreciate all that. You know what I'm saying? Like that right there is amazing. You know what I mean? And just because you did all that, I'm gonna go and check out some stuff that, cause I don't know if you have anything like that or not, but I will go check you out. Definitely. And the one of the ones I got here, this one is from Proud Squad 2010. How are you doing, Bigg Q? Yo, this season is going to be awesome. I was just like you when the offseason started. I felt like this was the end for the Carolina Panthers. But also like you, I started seeing that some things were just necessary in order to progress. Early in the offseason, people wanted Dave Gettleman's head on a pike, myself included. But it seems as if his master plan is starting to unfold, and I see the Panthers reigning supreme and dominating the NFC South just like last year. The podcast is amazing. You got a fan for life here. Hey, listen, I appreciate it. Proud Squad 2010. And yeah, we talked about it plenty of times here on the podcast. Like, you know, as soon as the offseason started with the whole free agency stuff, it seemed like the bottom fell out of what Carolina was trying to do. And everybody went into the whole little panic mode. It was weird. I'm talking about established people and established places and websites were just going bananas over this. Like, oh my God, you know. And then when the Steve Smith thing was just the icing on the cake, you know, after you let everybody go to free agency and whatnot, and then you decided to show Steve Smith the door. Carolina Panthers fans, first of all, you know, and I feel him in a certain kind of way. We felt like this guy was coming in and disrespecting everything that, you know, that we were cheering for last season. Cause you know what I mean? Like, you know, 5 years is a long time to go without a playoff berth and, you know, a playoff win or a winning season in general. You know what I mean? And we were happy. And then this guy comes in and says, you know what? I don't care what y'all want. I'm doing what I want to do. And it just seemed like, you know, he didn't really care, and everybody kind of took it the wrong way. And it just, you know, like I said before, sometimes you got to take a breath, take a step back, and then just check out the big picture and see what's really going on. I personally think that Carolina is in a better place now than they were at the end of last season. You know what I mean? You know, we have to see how it shake out, because these guys still have to go out here and play. And, you know, I've never been the type of guy that puts a whole lot of faith in rookie players. You know, I love rookie players. I love them. You know, I like when people come on in the NFL and make a splash and everything like that. Because, you know, my wife Vernie is an avid New York Giants fan, and when I found out about the story of Victor Cruz, man, I was a Victor Cruz fan. I wanted to see him succeed because he was an undrafted guy, a small guy, a dude who a lot of teams just kind of passed over. And you know, the Giants took a chance on him, you know, and put him on the practice squad, and he finally came up. You know, do end up winning the Super Bowl. So listen, the thing is, you know, sometimes you just have to just take a step back. You know, that's just the way it is. You know what I mean? The very last email that we have, because, you know, you guys, man, I'm telling you, I love this stuff, man. This is good. You guys keep on sending me these emails, because these emails are great. This one is from, what's his name? Jeremy Billings. Hello, Bigg Q. First, I want to tell you how dope the Black and Blue podcast is. Thank you. The Carolina Panthers needed a voice like yours in this community. You are a diehard Panthers fan, so I was just wondering, which games do you find the most memorable in your time as a Panthers fan? Even though the team hasn't been around long, they have played in some pretty memorable games. Thanks for your time, and keep pounding. You keep pounding too, Mr. Jeremy Billings. Listen, there have been some really, really good Panthers games, man. You know, and this one is easy for me, because like my all-time favorite game that I watch over and over and over and over again is the NFC Championship game between the Carolina Panthers and the Philadelphia Eagles. Donovan McNabb and Julius Peppers was beating him down so bad in that game. He was throwing up on the sidelines. I think this dude walked away with like fractured ribs and stuff. The Carolina Panthers defense beat him down so badly. It was just amazing to watch, you know what I mean? And then not even that, the DBs and stuff back in, you know, Mentor and all these guys who were around back then, they were beating down the receivers, you know, at the line of scrimmage. I mean, you have never seen more physical press coverage being played since that game. It was cold. The game was played in Philadelphia. It was an amazing game. You know what I mean? Like, every time I watch it, it's just, it brings back, like, every time I see clips kind of pop up on TV and stuff of that game, it brings back so many memories, because I remember that game. It's the one game that kind of sticks out in my mind the most. The other one would probably be the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl, the only thing about the Super Bowl is the Super Bowl kind of started very slow. And, you know, but, you know, the guys played really well in the game. Jake Delhomme played awesome in that game. Smitty got down. Musa Muhammad got off. Steven Davis, man, you know, we don't talk about this guy enough. This dude was like, he was a beast in that Super Bowl game. You know, and it's a shame that game ended the way it did. Cause, you know, I really think that Carolina deserved to win that game. But, you know, we came that short, you know, from getting it done. And it's been a long time, man. It's been over 13 years. something like that. Almost 10 years since that game. But that Super Bowl game was good. But I think the Philadelphia Eagles NFC Championship game was completely off the charts. By far the very best game that I can remember watching the Carolina Panthers play. It was just amazing. You know what I'm saying? Just I don't know. It was like if you guys haven't seen that game, find the clip somewhere. It was because that was the Super Bowl year, right? Yeah. So go back to the 2003 NFC Championship game, Carolina Panthers versus the Philadelphia Eagles. It is a fantastic game. Even if you just find highlights from it, you got to see it. It's dope and that kind of thing. So with that being said, I don't know what is this. Oh yeah, we got to get ready for our last break, and then we're gonna go ahead and wrap the show up with my whole Carolina pride spiel that I'm gonna give you guys, and that's how we're gonna end the show. But so we're gonna go to our last break, and then we'll be right back with that.
Yo, JB from TeamBoydTV, co-host of TeamBoydTV Live every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we discussing updates, breakdowns, and just about everything NFL. Hosted by yours truly, Bigg Q, co-hosted by me, JB, and my boy Glass from Get With It Sports. If for some reason you missed the show, still haven't had your fill, visit TeamBoydTV.com.
What up, football fans? You want to stay up on the latest of TeamBoydTV happenings? Like us on our Facebook page at TeamBoydTV on Facebook. You can also follow us on Twitter at TeamBoydTV and at VernieB73. You can also check out our YouTube page at TeamBoydTV Turbo. There's live events, videos, among other things. You can also keep up with the latest happenings, live chats, question and answer sessions on Google Plus at TeamBoydTV. Thank you once again for watching TeamBoydTV. The Black and Blue Podcast. All right, man. Listen, you guys have been fantastic today. Hey, listen, the last thing I want to leave you guys with is this, right? Now, this offseason, this franchise and its fans have had to endure a lot, okay? The stuff in the peanut gallery, mainly Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans, New Orleans Saints fans, and for whatever reason, the Atlanta Falcons faithful have come out of nowhere. Where were you guys last season? Why are you guys like all of a sudden so vocal? I don't understand. It's just weird. Like the whole season passed and we didn't even know you guys existed. I'm just saying it's one of them things. I'm like, I forgot all about the Atlanta Falcons, but boom, here you guys go. Always talking. You know what I mean? And I understand. You guys had a pretty good draft and so on and so forth, and you think you guys ready to go, and you got, all your wide receivers back and healthy and ready to go, but y'all guys don't understand. Y'all still have Matt Ryan, and you still have, one playoff win in his whole entire career. Now I know, that's more playoff wins than Cam Newton has, you know what I mean? More playoff appearances than Cam Newton has. All I'm saying is this, the Atlanta guys, y'all need to kind of chill out, because, you can only talk like that if you're consistent about it. And, you guys were nowhere to be found last year. Nowhere to be found. So I don't want to hear what y'all got to say right now. You know what I mean? And Tampa Bay. Come on, man. Tampa Bay? Listen, I've been giving Tampa Bay props this whole entire offseason. And, if you guys don't believe me what I'm saying, go back and check out past Black and Blue Podcast. Check out the stuff that I've been saying on Facebook and, and on Twitter. I have given Tampa Bay all the props, for hiring Lovie Smith, you know what I mean? For doing a whole lot of different things that they've been doing, for giving us, letting us get one of their wide receivers and whatnot. I even like the Josh McCown acquisition. I like all of that, you know what I mean? And I've been completely humble in saying, hey, listen, I think Tampa is vastly going to improve, and be a little bit of a problem in the NFC South. But at the same time, Tampa guys want to run around and claim like they done put their stamp on the Super Bowl already. Y'all need to chill with that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? And that's the thing that I really wanted to talk about real quick, just a few minutes. I understand that franchises have been around forever, right? Your Dallas Cowboys, your Denver Broncos, your New York Giants, New York Jets, San Francisco 49ers. These teams have been around a long time. And, some of them done won championships. Other ones, have, had legendary players on their team and won playoff games and been in these magical NFL moments and things like, I understand. I completely get that. I don't understand how that gives you the right, though, to talk down on a young franchise. Now, we're not the Tennessee Titans or the Houston Texans. We're not that new. You know what I mean? And it ain't like we haven't done anything. We've done stuff. You know what I mean? I think that the Carolina Panthers organization, the Carolina Panthers players, and the Carolina Panthers fans get disrespected, so much. You know what I mean? Like, having Cleveland Browns fans disrespect Carolina Panthers fans is beyond my imagining. You know what I mean? Because you Cleveland Browns are not even the real Cleveland Browns. The real Cleveland Browns play in Baltimore. You know what I mean? So I don't know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? So that right there kind of bothers me a little bit. It kind of bothers me just a tad. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't saying, you must respect the Carolina Panthers. I ain't saying that because I feel like we still got a lot to prove, and we got to earn that. And that's cool. What I'm just saying is I don't understand how you can disrespect the Carolina Panthers, but not disrespect the Arizona Cardinals or the San Diego Chargers or somebody like that. You know what I mean? Like I don't completely understand that logic. You know what I mean? And I don't know. Maybe it's an NFC thing, because most of that stuff is coming from NFC people running their mouth and this, that, and the third. And I ain't here to speculate on what's gonna happen this season, because we ain't even close to the season. We're still a full almost 3 months out. So look, that's crazy. Like, y'all need to just chill on out, enjoy watching what your team is doing, seeing what they're doing with they rookies and who's been signed and who's not been signed. What you say, Glass? Glass says, what do you say? I can't see that. Whoa, you straight up swinging at other fan bases on me. Calm down. No. I'm not. I'm just saying, I am a proud Carolina Panthers fan, okay? And I don't make no bones about that. I don't sit there and try to, sometimes I'm a Carolina Panthers fan and sometimes I'm not. I'm a Carolina Panthers fan all the time. And I hear everything, and I try not to go here, you know what I mean? But it bothers me when I see a lot of stuff that people are saying, especially when they say stuff that is not necessarily true, or is something that's pure speculation. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to say at the end of May, whose team is better. You know what I mean? It's just hard to say that. You know what I mean? I just don't understand how people can actually come out of their mouth at the end of May. You know what I'm saying? Talking about who going to the Super Bowl and who going to make the playoffs, who not going to make it. I mean, it's kind of, I don't know. I don't quite get that one. You know what I mean? And that's all I'm saying. And listen, to my Carolina Panthers fans, listen, I'm not saying that you guys got to go out there and get all crazy. And, it ain't really about doing battle with other fan bases. It's really not about that, because everybody love their teams, man. And that's the beauty and the most awesome part of being an NFL fan, because the fans of the NFL are just so passionate, and it's an awesome thing. You know what I mean? But at the same time, though, man, I just, it's certain things that go on that I just don't quite understand. I just don't quite get it. Dudes talking all early and stuff. Like, some dudes were talking way back in free agency, talking crazy stuff because they acquired this, that, and the third. Like, dude, get out of here, man. They still got to play the game. Because you know what? As much as people disrespect the Carolina Panthers, man, 12 of y'all, I'm talking about the Tom Brady's, the Colin Kaepernicks, who else fell victim? I'm trying to think of the big names. I mean, Drew Brees, Matt Ryan, all y'all, 12 of y'all fell victim to what's going on in Carolina. So listen, the team can't be that bad. If we beat 12 teams, you know what I'm saying, last season, a lot of teams can't say they did that. Now, a lot of teams can't say they won 12 games. I'm just throwing it out there. 10 in a row, as a matter of fact, if we want to be completely, statistically sound with this, 10 in a row. You know what I mean? Who else won 10 games? Okay. Oh yeah. I think the Broncos did, and I think the Chiefs did too. Either way, it don't really matter. I'm just saying, we won 10 games in a row, 12 total. Not a lot of teams say they can do that. You know what I mean? Not a lot of teams say they can say they did that. So all I'm saying is, guys, calm down. The season ain't started yet. I like the hype though. It's great. I'm just saying though, like, talk about your team though for right now. You know what I mean? Talk about your team for right now. And I can look. This podcast has been awesome as always. You know what I mean? Because you guys, oh my God, I'm telling you, I think I have the best quality people checking the Black and Blue podcast out. I think I do. You know what I'm saying? I think I really do. I love you guys, man. You guys show me a whole lot of love, and it's so cool to be able to do this every week. I absolutely love it. Hey, listen, you guys can follow me on Twitter at TeamBoydTV. Check out the website, TeamBoydTV.com. Follow me on Google+. And that's that, man. And that's how we're going to do it. Next week, I still don't know what we have planned for next week. Hopefully, I can get some people on the podcast with me. I'm thinking about reaching out to my boys at CarolinaCatChronicles.com. So, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see what's going on. Either way, I'm your boy, Bigg Q, Team Boy TV Turbo. I'll see y'all next week, man. Peace. The Black and Blue Podcast.